What's up, everybody, and welcome to ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news each and every day. I'm Drew Bosley, that's Scott Savage, and you can join us at InsideTheGame.ca, our live fast channel over on Rad TV. That's right, you can find us there. 24 hours of just us. What else would you want, really? And of course, you can also find us over on Amazon Prime, Samsung Plus, Jinx Esports TV, ESTV, and a whole lot more. Scott, we got a lot to talk about today. What's on the show?
On today's show, we're talking about the new PlayStation 5 model, Fortnite Chapter 1 map might be coming back, Disney is considering re-entering the gaming space, and Valve leaves Mac behind.
There you go. And if you're not looking for a visual, you want some audio listening, well, you check us out on Fired Up Network. Our friends over there have us live each and every day as well. Scott, let's talk about it. We're getting into the world of Disney. Are they coming back? We'll see. More studio acquisitions. Scott, if the rumors are true, Disney could be getting back into the world of gaming with their own studios. This was a thing once before, then they sold them off, and now rumors are back. Let's talk about it. Tom Ivan over at BGC. Disney CEO Bob Iger's deputies are reportedly pushing him to consider acquiring a major game publisher like Electronic Arts.
Oh, that's a big one.
That is a huge one. That's according to a new Bloomberg feature examining the current state of Disney, which claims senior executives want Iger to explore the possibility of transforming the company from a gaming license to a gaming giant with major first-party capabilities. Scott, we were here once before, man. Like, this is like they already had the studios. Avalanche was a part of them. They were working there. Disney Infinity was a thing, right? Like, that was their lead. Again, a little bit different than the major AAA experience, but they were slowly climbing. They had Disney Infinity 1, 2, and 3, working on 4, shut the whole project down. Times are different now compared to back when the Toys to Life model was around, right? That was back on PS3, Xbox 360 days. So, yeah, things are definitely...
Short-lived. I do recall that, though.
Oh, man, Disney Infinity was so good. But, however, Disney's boss is said to have been non-committal about the prospect of acquiring a game publisher. Iger, who is now in second run as CEO of Disney, oversaw the acquisitions of Pixar, Marvel Entertainment, Lucasfilm, and 21st Century Fox during his first spell in charge. Dude, not a bad lineup there. Right?
Yeah, certainly a good line of big acquisitions.
Absolutely.
And the idea that Marvel and Lucasfilms is already owned by Disney is just nuts to me.
Yeah, that's a big pickup right there for sure. As well as working on various Star Wars titles, including Respawn's Star Wars Jedi series, EA announced last year that it had struck a deal to make several new games based on Marvel's properties, including Iron Man and Black Panther titles. Cool. Looking to see what that looks like. We did get an Iron Man VR game way back in the day. So, I don't know. We'll see if we can get anything else. And rest in peace to Marvel's Avengers. It was also reported last May that EA was actively pursuing a sale or a merger in the wake of recent M&A activity in the games industry, such as Microsoft's $69 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard, which could be completed this week, which would be so exciting to wrap that up. But
finally, that'll be in the rear view mirror. They say Friday.
Well, time will tell. New site Puck claimed EA had held talks with Disney, Apple, Amazon, and Comcast NBC Universal over a potential sale. During an earnings call last summer, EA's CEO Andrew Wilson was asked about reports that the company was pursuing a sale. Quote, "First, I'm sure you don't expect me to comment on rumors and speculation from some small red media outlets." End quote. Dude, that's a shot.
Interesting way of putting it.
Yeah, he's like, I'm mad about this and don't even bother. But he continues, quote, "But be that as it may, I would tell you, I think we are in an incredible position. We're soon to be the largest standalone independent developer and publisher of interactive entertainment in the world." End quote. He added, quote, "I think we're growing across platforms, we're growing across business models, we're growing across geographies, and in a world where gaming is becoming more important to the lives of Gen Z and Gen Alpha, who will be the leading generation in terms of consumption, entertainment for the future, I don't think we could be in a stronger position as a standalone company." End quote. Scott, what are you reading into that comment alone? That was a year ago, mind you, right?
A bit of a strong, kind of what you'd expect from a man in his position to say, we are at the top. We're in a very good position, but also leaves the door open. We're going to be soon to be the largest standalone independent developer, he says. Well,
a big move.
That does sound like some acquisitions are in the talks, at least.
So, okay, do you think they sell? If they were to sell, do they sell as big as Activision Blizzard's $69 billion?
Oh, yeah. See, that's the thing is when it comes to valuation, I would expect EA to be just absolutely massive. But $69 billion was a complete record-destroying number. So I really doubt that anything can jump above that.
Yeah, never say never, but I don't think EA can compete with Call of Duty, right? We've seen them try, and Battlefield doesn't cut it. Like, let's be honest.
Oh.
Battlefield...
Yeah,
what,
if
Scott?
they wouldn't work against themselves. There's a one hand striking the left is what it is.
So
Titanfall could have done a good number on the future of shooting games, and we all see that because every Call of Duty gets faster and faster.
Yeah, I'm wondering though if EA and Andrew Wilson over there is like, we're now the biggest independent developer and publisher in the world. Think about it. There's a lot of pedigree just by saying that phrase alone, right? All of a sudden, everybody wants to kind of maybe jump on board. EA, it's funny how EA was one of the most hated companies in the world. And here, this discussion now is like, we could be getting bought up by Disney. Or staying independent and becoming the biggest independent publisher developer around. Because there isn't anybody the size of them if the Activision Blizzard thing gets taken over by Xbox. Right? All of a sudden now, who is bigger? Square Enix? Not bigger. Right? And that's probably the closest one to EA at this point. Because everybody else has been bought up. So really, EA is enough to stand on their own. Do they keep it that way? Or do you think they actually sell to Disney and want to be under that brand? Here's the thing. Disney goes to EA, signs a 10-year deal for Star Wars. Rocky start, to say the least. I think it took us 6 years to get a game. And even then, it wasn't all that good. Met with criticism out the wazoo because of monetization coming across the board, right? Now we're in a different light with EA. Jedi series, killing it, just crushing numbers. Now they're in talks.
It's very, very strange since I thought nobody wanted single player games. Remember?
And that was right from EA, who said, yeah, nobody wants this. They all want multiplayer stuff. And then we got multiplayer stuff, and it was just criticized, right? Completely. Monetization, this, that, and the other, on a beloved IP.
Fairly criticized.
Yeah. So then you almost wondered if Disney was ready to take away the contract, cut the deal, because there was rumors of that happening. And now we're back into the world of, well, now we might actually get bought by Disney, but we're already working on Star Wars games. We're working on a Black Panther game, and we're working on Iron Man. So EA could be, honestly, just a good lead-in to keep that going. Do they just go, hey, now we're under the umbrella of Disney, and we're going to produce a new Marvel, Disney, whatever in that Star Wars? Like, dude, they have such a back catalog of games to then create off of the library that Disney has built for generations at this point.
Yeah, that might work really well together because the idea of Disney having just a little bit more control in the case of EA, I'm always nervous about that, having producer level control, but this might actually keep them on the right path. Do we want do we want Battlefront 3 or do we want Jedi Survivor 3? We're going to go for one or the other, and hopefully Disney has a little bit more of a guiding hand so we don't get any of these hollow marketplace multiplayer games.
Yeah. What does that do to the Spider-Man IP?
Oh.
Right?
Interesting.
Isn't it? It's a Marvel IP right now with a good deal with PlayStation and Insomniac Games pumping out the last 3, right? You got Spider-Man reboot, you got Miles Morales, and then you got Spider-Man 2 coming out just around the corner. Those are doing fantastic numbers. Here's the thing. It's tied to PlayStation. All of a sudden, EA comes in, they buy it, they get bought up, and they start producing the next Spider-Man game. Does that then become multi-platform? Because Marvel's like, no, we wanted to put it everywhere now because we're going to make more money. You put it on Xbox? Dude, that's going to sell. Put it on whatever the next Switch game is, console. Maybe that'll sell, right? But either way, all of a sudden now you're on Because the way, take a look at Jedi Survivor. Dude, that thing was everywhere. PlayStation, PC, and Xbox, right? You get next Spider-Man game goes PC, PlayStation, Xbox, because it's now bought up from EA, gets bought up by Disney. They make the next, I don't know, right? Maybe I'm just kind of spitballing, and that could be a possibility.
Might be a way to break them out of the PlayStation ecosystem out to everywhere else, and then I don't have to wait years and years for it to come to PC.
Yeah, I don't know. Time will tell. It's been interesting to follow this one, though. See where this goes next. And then do we get into the whole FTC? Oh, here comes another merger, and we get into another headache in the wake of Microsoft's deal with Activision Blizzard, right? Because that's an ongoing stressful situation, not only for Activision Blizzard, but all the employees over there, Xbox, all that. And then everybody wants their hands in this discussion about, no, this isn't a good thing, that's a good thing. But if that goes through, dude, is that even possible for Disney to come in now? Or is this set up a whole other level of, hey, you're just buying up the next biggest publisher, developer, and that's not cool?
Oh, I'm sure it will be met with a lot of red tape and skepticism, but it does draw into question, if this goes through or not, what is the next deal? Is it going to be massive? What's the next acquisition? $69 billion? Yeah. I don't expect to be topped anytime soon.
No.
But there's a lot of things changing hands in the industry right now.
So much changeover. Yeah, a lot's happening right now, but we'll keep you posted on what happens here, because, yeah, this one's not going away anytime soon.
Interesting news in Fortnite. I didn't think I would be incredibly interested again, but here we are. Fortnite Chapter 1 map is set to return. It is claimed, yet to be seen, but Mike Straw at Insider Gamer gives us more. For fans of the map from Fortnite Chapter 1, right here, it appears you're going to be able to relive your fond memories. According to Egyptian Fortnite leaker on Twitter, the first map is set to return in the next season of Fortnite. Quote, Chapter 1 map will return next season, they said. Quote, there will be a time corruption and the seasons will repeat, they say. For more context, another user, Wenzo, said that every week, quote, we'll have a new season, end quote.
What?
To explain further, since time will be running faster, every week we'll have a new season. Quote, and I'm assuming gameplay elements and maps change from those seasons. So like this, week 1, chapter 1, season 1, week 2, chapter 1, season 2, and so on. Other details about the next seasons haven't come yet. However, information should be announced in the coming weeks, with the next season expected later this fall. Epic Games hasn't confirmed the return of the original Fortnite, nor have they responded to requests for comment on the rumor.
Of course.
Yeah, Epic Games really is not required to answer to anything or anybody at this point. Fortnite is a juggernaut of its own.
Is this going to pull you back in? Are you excited for this at all, Scott?
I am actually a little bit excited. I thought I was past battle royales in general.
Yeah.
I certainly thought I was over Fortnite, but we're getting a return to what made me really appreciate battle royale in the first place. This is the very first game I played, and then I jumped over to PUBG.
Yep.
I kind of experienced it in reverse, but
kind of.
I really liked map 1, and as it changed, I got left behind. I was left in the dust, and it felt like catching up was way too far out of reach. But now I'm going to go back to Moisty Mire, my favorite location, and I'm sure I'm just going to get scrubbed by the generation younger.
Probably. Do you feel that they're running out of ideas if they're going back to map 1?
There is a little bit of that, and science fiction, when as soon as you go to time travel, that's the end of the show. It's like jumping the shark.
Yeah.
But at Fortnite, Epic Games, there's a lot of very talented people there, and after so many, has it been 6 years, 7 years now?
Yeah.
There's probably a lot of ideas still on the cutting floor that could make its way back in.
I'm sure this could be said of like a bit of a refresh. We're starting to see that, a little bit of that. Like Mortal Kombat 1 just came out and did a whole time travel back in time to reset kind of time itself. So I wonder if that's where we're heading now with Fortnite as well, coming in and around. But for me, it doesn't really matter. It's great for those who are in the world of Fortnite. I think it brought a lot of excitement when this dropped, this news kind of leaked out. People, man, it kind of blew up a little bit, right? Like, whoa, we're going back to map 1. It's been so long. When Creative 2.0 came out with Fortnite Engine, people were looking to recreate that map, and Epic was like, no, you can't do that. So
Yeah.
people are definitely hungry to go back to the original map. But I guess time will tell if we travel back in time at all.
I'm gonna have to pull you back in now.
Oh, man, I don't
I know
think that's
Corey's
possible. Yeah, Corey will be back for sure. Me, I don't think so. It's not even on my console, so I don't know. But it doesn't take much to download again, does it?
No, it would not be the first time I've re-downloaded.
No, that's for sure. Scott, just what we wanted, buddy. A new PS5? That's what we're getting this holiday season. This is Sid Schumann, Senior Director, SIE Content Communications. That's quite the little title there, Sid. As the holiday season approaches, we are excited to share that we have a new PS5 model launching. To address the evolving needs of players, our engineering and design teams collaborated on a new form factor that provides greater choice and flexibility. The same technology features that make PS5 the best to play are packed into a smaller form factor, along with an attachable Ultra HD Blu-ray disc drive and a 1TB SSD for more internal storage. The new PS5 has been reduced in volume by more than 30% and weight by 18% and 24% compared to the previous models. There are 4 separate cover panels. That's interesting to see, with the top portion in a glossy look while the bottom remains in matte. If you purchase the PS5 digital edition, you can add the Ultra HD Blu-ray disc drive for the PS5 later. Dude, I'll never buy a disc drive again. I'm just calling it out right now. But that's a separate feature for $80 US, Scott. Keep that in the back of your mind. But the new PS5 model is available starting this November in the US at selected local retailers and directplaystation.com. While available, it will continue to roll out globally in the following months. Once inventory of the current PS5 model has sold out, the new PS5 will become the only model available. The recommended retail prices of the new PS5 model are as follows, beginning with the rollout in November at participating retailers. In the US, PS5 with the Ultra Blu-ray disc drive is $499.99, $500, Scott, is what I'm calling that. And the digital edition is $450. Scott, does this do anything for you?
Not in particular, other than the unfortunate fact I yet do not have a PlayStation 5, meaning I may be able to subsidize somebody's upgrade, but this doesn't seem to be that much of an upgrade. More of just a stylistic change, not really extra power under the hood. But it kind of makes me think of the Xbox 360, when they launched with several different models, different hard drive sizes. A detachable disk drive was available, but that was for a different reason, albeit. Blu-ray won that console race. But
yeah, it sure
it was an interesting, just to strip out some of that in terms of size. I think this does something if you were considering a PlayStation 5.
Yeah, I think that's basically about it, really. It's hey, here's the new model. If you want it, cool. If not, don't really worry about it. Like, I don't know. It just seems like a weird step. I get reducing everything, but shouldn't that also reduce the price, Scott?
Yeah, I think that would make a lot of sense. Although I've seen people react to a slight increase in the price for a base model now. Yeah, striking $50 above what they're used to. It seems strange to me because it's just a little bit of a stylistic choice, but it comes with extra cost. If you want the stand to stand it vertical, I believe that's $40 American.
Yep.
The disc is going to be a big deal for somebody like me because I still like that digital, or rather, I like the physical media.
Sure. For me, whatever. I think at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter to me. I'm fortunate to have a PS5 already, so I'll just continue on my way. This isn't a significant move forward for PlayStation as far as I'm concerned. It's just a different model. It's like when they come out with the slim version of the last gen or whatever it kind of turns around to be, right? So it's just another version of a PS5. But yeah, there's no extra power. There's a little bit more space in some spots, but I don't know, man. Does it really matter? I don't know. I was surprised to see this announced.
Too heavy?
No. How would I know? I don't carry it. It just sits there, right? What's the? Yeah, I don't care if it's lighter. It doesn't mean
they
anything
should have
to me.
put a carry handle on it, like the GameCube. You just made me think of.
PS5 is a bulky machine. There is no doubt about it. It is a big, bulky console. but it just sits on my shelf and I don't touch it. So I don't know, but
I think I think this explains some of the rumors that we've seen about the mid-life console refresh, and this is indeed a refresh, not a pro model.
yeah, exactly. I was kind of expecting a pro at this point in. We're about what, we 3 years in. This is where we start to see the conversation as of last gen, anyways, right? When we saw the PS4 go to PS4 Pro, which had a significant boost in power and upgrade, in graphical upgrade and stuff like that. So we was kind of wondering if we'd see that kind of hit the same when the PS5 next console was announced, expecting a PS5 Pro. Instead, it's just a slim version kind of thing. I don't know. It's something for you to take a look at, though, if you don't have a PS5. Here's a new one.
I am curious, are we going to get a new series console to match now? Can I get the GameCube too? A half-sized Xbox Series console.
Well, they have talked about that digital version, right? It kind of looks like, like a cylinder.
The Keystone?
Yeah. So there's that one. There's that. I don't know. Dude, here's the problem. There's too many consoles. Let me just go to the store, pick up one, and call it a day. Instead, people are going there going, I gotta take a look at this model, that model, this model, right? The Xbox Series. When my brother bought an Xbox, I had to explain to him what the difference was between the Series X and the Series S. Now we get into the PlayStation 5 side of things. You have a discless, or you have a disc version, or now you have digital. Like, man, I don't know. Like, it's just.
We're all just scratching our head wondering, what is Nintendo going to come up with next?
That's the biggest question, isn't it? Scott, here's some interesting news. Valve dropped support for Counter-Strike 2 on Mac, citing low numbers of players. Wesley Yinpool over at IGN. Valve has discontinued support for Counter-Strike 2 on Mac after forcing an upgrade from Counter-Strike Global Offensive that broke the game on the platform. Counter-Strike 2 replaced CSGO when it launched last month with an update for all players, including those on Mac. However, this update made the original game as well as CS2 unplayable on Mac because of the lack of support from Valve. Now, Valve has announced that it has no plans for a Mac version of Counter-Strike 2, ending years of support for Counter-Strike on the platform. Ouch, Scott.
Oh, ouch to say the least. That does hurt, because we occasionally see games released with even Linux support. So it's kind of strange to see one of the big games get left behind.
This is brand new. Dude, this just came out last month and they're already shutting it down over in the world of Mac. I get PC is the bigger platform to game on, but there's still gamers over there on the Mac platform as well. You think they just want a piece of that pie, but if there's not enough players over there, then it makes it hard to justify keeping those servers alive and paying all that money out. But again, it's Valve. They have buckets of money.
I suppose that does have a problem for just games in general. When you replace a current model with the upgrade, I can't just play Overwatch 1, for example. Yep. This is an industry trend that I'm not sure I enjoy.
That's for sure. Scott, we do have a few games out today, but not too many. What are we playing?
We have Bioid on PC. Honkai Star Rail is now on PlayStation 5.
Strike first.
Total War Pharaoh comes to PC. And Terra Alia is now on Nintendo Switch.
Nice. And that'll wrap up today's show, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. This has been ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest gaming news each and every day. We'll be back again tomorrow. I'm Drew. That's Scott.
And we'll see you inside the game.